What is going on, you guys? Alright, so I'm going to do something a little bit different. Now, I'm going to give a hot take that I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of hate for. But I think as long as the circumstances are valid, I think you can in fact be friends with your ex. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. Because, well, there is such a thing as a healthy breakup. I mean, take me and Abby, for example. We were friends for a long time after our breakup, and nowadays I don't really hear from her. But at the same time, knowing her, she probably has a lot going on. So I have nothing bad to say about her. I'm sure she has the same thing to say about me. My other ex girlfriend, Faith, definitely no. Because of stuff that happened later on. But she basically screwed me over. So when it comes to being friends with your ex, again, if the right circumstances are valid, you have valid, reasonable circumstances. Like if y'all had a healthy breakup, like me and Abby, and like you were friends before you were dating, and like you had conversations about like what would happen if you broke up, and had healthy communication about these sort of things, and you set boundaries ahead of time, and overall just, and this is the most important one, so get ready for it. Y'all's feelings for each other are platonic. That's the most important. I will give Faith credit because, well, after me and her broke up, she started dating the guy she cheated on me with. And once I met him and she found out about it, she reached out to me and was like, hey, what did you say to him? Because me being her ex-boyfriend, that is a valid concern. And me and her started talking again, it's just as friends. But once she found out that I still had feelings for her, she said, I can't talk to you until you get over me. So she set that boundary, and I didn't speak to her again until all those feelings for her went away. So that's valid. Because if your ex still has feelings for you, that's a very good reason to cut ties with them. And so, another reason to not be friends with your ex is if you have a relationship with them like Allie and Noah from The Notebook, or Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez. Especially if you're like Selena and Justin, because their relationship was toxic, on again, off again, on again, off again, on again, off again, on again, off again, on again. Ugh. My brain hurts. But basically, if you break up with someone that you've had that type of relationship with, that you keep going back to them, yeah, it's probably a good idea that they're not in your life anymore. And just like Selena and Justin, they broke ties with each other. And while they might listen to each other's music, might support each other's careers, they're both married now, and they're just like, no, we can't even talk to each other. And that is a valid reason not to be friends with your ex. But a valid reason to be friends with your ex is a case like, well, like Justin Timberlake and Cameron Diaz. They had a healthy breakup. They've even acted together a few times since their breakup. Like Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt. They're still friends. And they're happy being friends. So, And plus, you might say like, oh, if they're your ex, you shouldn't be talking to them. What if there's someone that's a valid emotional support system? Especially if you turn out to be a toxic asshole and they need to escape from you. If you make them cut ties with your ex who's an emotional support system and someone that they can validly turn to for comfort in times like that, and they have no intention of trying to win them back, then that says more about you than them. And what a word of advice, especially to the ladies. If you say that, oh, that guy that you're acting weird towards, don't worry, he's just a friend. You have nothing to worry about. If you say those words, you shouldn't say them unless you actually freaking mean them. Because there are a lot of cases where that's not the case. And us guys who have been through that, whether they've heard that phrase and later turned out, oh, I had every reason to worry about him. Yeah, I think I speak for all the men that have gone through that, myself included. That is so freaking annoying. So I'm not the type of person. So I'm not saying like, oh, if you break up with someone, if you can't be friends with them, that makes you toxic. You can be friends with any of your exes. No. Again, you can be friends with your ex under these circumstances that I've listed. Like recently, at a family reunion of Serena's family, I was invited to, I met one of her exes from middle school. And he literally turns to me. At first, he's just like, oh, hi, Sabrina. Hi, I haven't seen. Hold up. Turns to me and says, hold up. Am I allowed to hug her? I'm like, y'all are just friends. Who cares? Go right ahead. Me personally, when it comes to showing affection towards someone, if that someone is your ex, I think it's okay. As long as you make sure that their partner is okay with it. Me, I'm a lean, mean, hugging machine. Showing affection towards someone doesn't mean anything. At least most of the time. That's some advice that I can give y'all. If your partner is friends with their ex, ask to meet them. The best way to know whether you should worry about them, ask to meet them. Like if they start acting weird, like I don't think that's a good idea. Then you have something to worry about. If not, you're fine. Hell, there's been times that I've met some of Faith's boyfriends over the years that I've actually become friends with them. In fact, the only one that I'm still really in touch with is her ex boyfriend Donovan. Of course, I haven't heard from him in a while, but he's busy with life. It happens. But yeah, I think you can be friends with your ex as long as all parties involved are on the same page. When it comes to like green flags and red flags, even I have to admit that this is a yellow flag. But I think being friends with your ex kind of makes it clear that you're a healthy person. You know how to be mature. But if it is one of those cases where you have to cut ties with that person for whatever reason, yeah, you should. But only in cases like on the examples I've given so far. So overall, yeah, I think you can be friends with your ex. In fact, in 2018, after the school year where I met Abby ended, I don't know if y'all remember, but I went through a summer long depression. And Abby helped me get through it because she was my support system. Of course, time has passed and things have changed. But you know what? Nothing lasts forever. So, but this is just my opinion. This is something I've been wanting to do for quite some time. And I know I've rambled a little bit, but I just wanted to get my point across. So, if you're friends with your ex for whatever reason, and you'll have a healthy relationship as just friends, that's awesome. If not, that's fine too. And so, I mean, my friend Latoya from church, we've literally talked about this in church, and she said that like there's people she dated in the past that she considers family now. That can be you and your ex if the circumstances are right. So, I hope this has helped someone. And again, sorry if I rambled a little bit, but this is just something that's been on my mind for a long time. And anyway, I have somewhere to be, so until next time, stay positive and stay awesome, everyone. See ya.